Hello, everybody. This is Robert, welcoming you back to strat-o-matic replay. I just like to say again, thanks to all the well-wishers that helped, in my opinion, keep Hurricane Matthew off of our butts down here in South Florida. But I would also like to offer my best wishes and best hopes for the people in North Florida right now and in Georgia and South Carolina that are now going through this nasty storm. So let's give them all our best wishes and hope that there's not much loss, there's no loss of life and not much damage. Meanwhile, it's time to get back to baseball, everybody. The year is 1924. Now, in this replay, I kind of looked over a lot of things, and the one thing that came out of me when I looked at this here, as you see on your screen, you'll see here two Triple Crown winners, and that was Walter Johnson of the Washington Senators and Dazzy Vance of the Brooklyn Robins. Now, in this season, the Senators won the American League. The New York Giants won the National League. And in this season, okay, we'll take a look real quick. As you can see that in here, that the Senators did defeat the New York Giants 4-3 in 12 innings. In Game 7 of the World Series. So we congratulate the Senators for winning that. But what I thought about was, what would have happened if instead of the Senators playing the Giants, what if the Senators had played the Brooklyn Robins, and you would have had two Triple Crown winners face off against each other during the season? Well, we didn't get that in 1924, but thankfully, the great guys at strat-o-matic, they allowed it. So why don't we go ahead and do that, shall we? We're going to go back here and do a unscheduled. We're going to do a exhibition game. And since the Senators won their league and the Robins didn't, we're going to make Brooklyn the away team and make Washington the home team. We're going to use the current date. Why not? October 8th. You know, a nice day game. I'm gonna want to play Brooklyn. So I'm gonna play Brooklyn. I'll let the computer play the Senators, and we're gonna have Dazzy Vance, and he's gonna play Walter Johnson. So we're going to actually have a battle of two Triple Crown winners play each other. And I got the wrong one here. Got to go to 24. And fix that again. Dazzy Vance. Okay, in 1924. So this is going to be an exhibition game between the Brooklyn Robins and the Washington Senators for 1924, a battle of two Triple Crown winners against each other for a game. How about that? You want a great pitcher's duel? Well, two Triple Crown winners going against each other? I can't think of anything else. Let's go play ball.
To the stadium for today's ball game.
Once again, I've decided to update my screen a little bit here. I think this is the best way I could do it. Now you got the big screen over here. You have all the information on this side here. I just think this looks a little better. I think a little bit easier to read. Welcome to Griffith Stadium, home of the Washington Senators. They will host the Brooklyn Robins in this game of Triple Crown winners. And speaking of that, let's take a look at the starting pitcher for the Washington Senators, and that will be Walter Johnson. In 1924, 23 wins, 7 losses, a 2.72 ERA, 158 strikeouts. This guy was extremely difficult to beat. Okay, and you want to talk about a modern day, an old time Roger Clemens or an old time, Clayton Kershaw. You had this guy. All right, leading off for the Brooklyn Robins, the top of the first will be Andy High. And let's see, and it starts off with a ground ball to Harris, who will make the play, 1 out. And that will bring up Jimmy Johnston. Johnston, it's a deep fly ball, but it's going to be to center. Liebold makes the catch, 2 outs. And now the batter will be Zach Wheat. Wheat hits a extra base hit to center. Nemo Liebold is trying to get it. And not going to try to advance, and Wheat's going to hold it second. So that's a good start for my Robins as we're trying to beat Walter Johnson. So runner on second base, and the batter is going to be Jack Fournier. Fournier hits a base hit, and 1 to 10, 50% chance. We'll hold. So runners now at first and third. And I think, since I got everybody here, I think real quick, I'll fix that location there for the first baseman, shall we? And for those of you who can see how I'm doing this, you can see how to change players' coordinates on your screens and make them a little bit more accurate. There we go. All right. Now the batter is going to be Eddie Brown. Brown grounds out to second to retire the side. Bottom of the first. Let's take a look at the starting pitcher for the Brooklyn Robins. Triple Crown winner in the year 1924, Dazzy Vance. 28 wins, 6 losses, a 2.16 ERA, 262 strikeouts. He actually had the better year than Walter Johnson. So let's see what the Senators bring to the plate. It will be Nemo Leibold leading off, and he leads off with a walk. So my Triple Crown winner allows a walk to first base, and the batter will be Bucky Harris. Vance throws trying to pick Leibold, but Leibold is back easy. He bunts it. He'll take the sure out at first, and there's one out as Leibold goes to second, and now we shall see Sam Rice. Sam Rice, have a look at him. 1924, 334 average, a homer, and 76 runs batted in. Let's see what Rice does. Rice, it's a ground ball to short. It's a ground out. Leibold has to stay to second, 2 men away, and now the batter is Goose Goslin. And he's another big-time player. 344 average in 1924, 12 homers and 129 RBIs. Remember, this Senators team won the championship in 24, so we are playing the best team in baseball that year. Here's the pitch to Goslin. Goslin's going to get himself a clean double. That's going to score a run, so the Senators get on board early, 1-0. And Goslin will go to second, and now we shall see Joe Judge. Judge hits a base hit. Schacht is given the green light, and I have no chance of getting the lead runner. I'll let the run score. It's going to be 2-0, and Judge will hold it first. And now we'll see Muddy Ruel. He's running. Let's take a shot. Nope, safe. Judge easily gets in there in second base, and Ruel is still the batter. But he grounds out to short, and Johnston will make the play over to Fournier to retire the side. Washington 2, Brooklyn nothing. We go to the top of the second inning. Coming up for the Robins will be Milt Stock. That's a fly ball to right, and Rice will make the catch, 1 out. And now we'll see Tommy Griffith. That's a fly ball to left, and Goslin will make the play, 2 outs. And now, here is Zach Taylor. Taylor lines out, right to thirds, and the play is made by Bluger to retire the side. Bottom of the second inning, and it is Roger Peckinpah leading off for the Senators. That's a single to center. Brown will get it in. He'll throw it into Johnston to stop the runner. Peckinpah stays at first, and now we'll see Ozzie Bluge. I think that's pronounced Ozzie Bluge. Ozzie Bluge, or probably pronounced Bluge. I don't know, but that's another baseball name, people. Let's see what he got here. He can't get the lead. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to right. Griffith makes the catch, 1 out. And now we'll see Walter Johnson. Johnson fouls off the bunt attempt. We'll see if he keeps the bunt on. Nope, he'll swing away, and it's a fly ball to Wheat, left, and he'll make the catch in left, 2 men down. And now here is Nemo Leibold. That's a ground ball to second. High will make the play to end it. We go to the third. And here is Dazzy Vance to lead it off. Hits a ground ball to Judge, and Judge will make the play, 1 out. And here is Andy high. Strikeout. And now we'll see Jimmy Johnston come up. Johnston strikes out. So a quick inning by Walter Johnson as we go to the bottom of the third. Bucky Harris leads off for the Senators. That's a ground ball to short. Johnston gets it over to Fournier for the out. And now we'll see Sam Rice. That's a ground ball to second, high, over to Fournier, 2 outs. And now here's Gosselin. Gosselin, it's a base hit. Brown will toss it into high, and Gosselin will have to stay at first. And now we'll see Joe Judge. Joe Judge, has a high batting average at C, 1924, 324 average, 3 homers, 79 RBIs. This, like I said, this Senators team was pretty good. Looks like you're going to see a hit here. It is. It's a base hit. Gosselin will hold up at third. Runners at first and third now for Muddy Rule. He can't get the lead. Here's the roll, the pitch. Strikeout to retire the side. So at the end of 3 in the book here, the Washington Senators lead the Brooklyn Robins 2-0. We are at Griffith Stadium on a good day here. 2 Triple Crown winners going up against each other. Walter Johnson and Dazzy Vance. We're in the top of the 4th. Zach Wheat leads it off for Brooklyn. And he's going to get himself a fly out to right. 1 down. And now we'll see Jack Fournier. And he walks. So I get a base runner that goes to first. Not much of a threat to steal. So Eddie Brown will come up to bat. Eddie Brown. Sounds familiar. Let's have a look at him here. In 1924, 308 average, 5 homers, 78 runs batted in. Let's see what Brown can do for me. He gets me a base hit. And I'll hold the runners. So we'll see runners at first and second now for Milt Stock. He batted .242 in that year. Let's see if Stock can get me can raise his stock. Nope. It's a ground ball. It winds up a double play. And the inning ends. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And it is Roger Peckinpah leading off for the Senators. That's a ground ball to Stock at third. He'll toss it over to Fournier at first. And now we'll see Ozzie Bluget. Strikeout. 2 men down. And here is Walter Johnson. Anyone want to take a look at his batting card? Let's see here. Hit the occasional get the occasional hit. Here's the pitch. And he's going to get the hit. That's a double. Johnson will wind up at second. And that brings up Nemo Leibold. That's a ground ball to Johnston, and he's going to make the play. Side retired. 5th inning, still 2-0, and we now see Tommy Griffith for Brooklyn, and that's going to be a single. He'll go to first. So Griffith still holds at first base, and now Zach Taylor will come up. That's going to be off the catcher's card. Rule, it's a pop out to the catcher. Rule will make the catch. That's 1 out. And now here's Vance. I'm going to let him swing away. But he swings and misses at a strike. Actually, he was called out on strike since I was off the pitcher's card. And now here's Andy High. Look at him. 1924, 328 average, 6 homers, 61 RBIs. Remember the people, the Brooklyn Robins finished in 2nd place behind the New York Giants in 24 in the National League. Here's the pitch to High. Can he make a play? Nope. Fly ball center field. Leibold makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Bucky Harris for the Senators. That's a ground ball to High. And he'll make the play. 1 out. And we'll now see Sam Rice. And that's a ground out to first. Fournier makes the catch. 2 down. And now Goose Gosselin. He walks. He'll go to first. And Judge now comes up the bat. I'm sure they'll let him hit. And there's a base hit. Gosselin goes all the way to third. He'll hold there. And now Muddy Ruel is the batter. And it's a clutch situation. He's running. I will hold on to the ball. So runners at second and third, and now I'll pitch to Muddy Ruel. Here we go. And that's going to be a line out right to short to end the inning. Sixth inning coming up. Crowd here at Griffith getting very interested in the ball game. It will be Jimmy Johnston to lead it off for the Robins. And Johnston blasts a high drive, and it is out of here. Jimmy Johnston smacks a home run. He hit 2 of them in 1924, but this one is out of here. It is gone, and the Brooklyn Robins are on the board. It's 2-1. So thank you, JJ, getting me on there. Now the batter is Zach Wheat. And there's a strikeout. And now we'll see Fournier come up. And that's a single. Fournier goes to first. And here's Brown. What can Brown do for me? He can ground out into a double play. That's what he could do. Washington 2, Brooklyn 1. Go to the bottom of the 6th. And here's Roger Peckinpah. Ground out to shortstop. Johnston over to Fournier. 1 out. And now we'll see Ozzie Bouget. And now we'll see him pop out to Johnston, who'll make the catch 2 down. And now here's Walter Johnson. And he grounds out to Stock at third. 6 innings in the books. The Senators lead the Robins 2-1 here at Griffith Stadium in a batter of 2 Triple Crown winners in 1924, Walter Johnson and Dazzy Vance. And speaking of Walter Johnson, he's back on the mound, and it will be Milt Stock leading off for the Robins. He pops one up in the air. Harris will make the catch 1 away. And it will bring up Tommy Griffith. Griffith, it's a fly ball to Rice. He will make the catch 2 down. And now Zach Taylor comes up. Taylor grounds one to Judge. He will make the play himself, tag the bat. When was the first nighttime World Series game? That's going to be October 13th, 1971 at Three River Stadium when the Pirates beat the Orioles 4-3. How old was I in 1971? 2 years old. I wonder if I knew anything. Well, actually, I did go to my first baseball game when I was 2. Don't remember much, except that according to what my friend told one of my friend told me that I saw a game between Tom Seaver and J.R. Richard, and I think that was at Shea Stadium. That was at Shea Stadium in 1971 with the New York Mets. I'll have to find that game. I just don't remember what day it was. I'll have to look. Bottom of the 7th inning, it's 2-1 Senators. And here's Nemo. And he walks. Dazzy Vance on the mound for the Robins, the Triple Crown winner of the National League in 1924. But he allows the walk to Leibold. The hit and runner's on, and it's a ground out to second, which moves Leibold to second. And now we'll see Sam Rice come up. Rice, it's a ground ball to second. High over to Fournier. Leibold will go to third. And now the batter is Gosselin. Gosselin walks. I was actually thinking of putting him on anyway. So now with runners at the corners, we'll pitch to Judge. He's running. And I'm going to throw and see if I can get him out. Nope, safe. Gosselin moves to second. And now with Judge at the plate, I'm going to go ahead and allow him to go. And now I'll pitch to Muddy Ruel, who doesn't have that high a batting average. Let's see if my strategy pays off. It does. Strikeout. We go to the 8th. Still 2-1 lead by the Senators. And here's Dazzy Vance to lead it off. And he gets a walk. So there's a walk to the pitcher. Never good when you walk the pitcher. I don't care if it's the 1920s or the 2020s. Never good when you walk the pitcher in National League play. Of course, remember the DH didn't exist here yet. The pitcher's always batted. All right. And sooner or later, for those of you people in the National League wondering if the DH is going to be instituted, I have a very funny feeling it will be soon. Here's Andy High. And Andy High is going to drive the center for extra bases. And, 45%. All right, I'm going to hold. So Brooklyn will have runners at second and third with nobody out. Jimmy Johnston is the batter. He smacked the home run, so Brooklyn has got something going on here. Let's see if he can come through. He will. It's a base hit to left. Johnston gets it. Vance will score. I'll hold the runners. And now they're saying Walter Johnson is tired. So he's tired now. But the game is tied. So it's Brooklyn 2, Washington 2. And still nobody out. Walter Johnson tired. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a sac fly to right. The run scores, and Brooklyn comes up 3-2 now. And that brings up Jack Fournier. I wonder why he's not taking him out. And that's going to be a line out to second. 2 men down now. Johnston still at first. Bucky Harris is bringing in Alan Russell to pitch. I'll have a look at him. 1924, 5 wins, 1 loss, a 4.37 ERA, 8 saves. Okay, so he definitely is a relief pitcher. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch to Brown, and he grounds out to short to end the inning. Brooklyn 3, Washington 2, bottom of the 8th inning. Dazzy Vance still on the mound. It's a fly ball to left, 1 out. And now we'll see Ozzie Boucher. That's a walk. He goes to first. And now Alan Russell will come up to bat. And I think he's going to bring in Pinky Hargrave to pinch hit. Here's the pitch. Strikeout. 2 men down. And now it's Nemo Leibold. And he's going to bring in Wade Leffler to pinch hit. And that's a walk. So runners at first and second. Did you see that card? You got to look at that. Did you see that card by Leffler? Look at that. Are you kidding me? 1% versus lefty, 99 versus righty. But look at this. In 1924, 625 average, 4 RBIs, double. Wow. How in the world do you make a card like that? He only had 8 at-bats, though. Okay, well, if he was to play every game, I could see how Washington won. Well, but then again, he didn't. Bucky Harris is the batter, and he strikes out. By Speece will come in and pitch for the Senators in the top of the 9th inning. Milt Stock leads it off for the Robins, and he promptly hits a single. And Stock will go to first. Definitely a stealing threat. Let's see if we can get an attempt here. He's running. No throw. He's safe. Stock will steal second easily. And now Griffith still at the plate. Griffith walks. Now we got runners at first and second. Nobody out. And Zach Taylor coming up. Taylor is 0 for 3. He's due. And he just misses it. It's a pop out to short. And now Dazzy Vance is coming up. And I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter in this case here. And let's have a look and see what we got. Let's see here. We got 272, 263, 303, 243, and 407. Why not? Coming on to pinch hit will be Charlie Hargraves. That sounds like a ringer card. Yeah, pretty much. See the 3 column here against the righties? Not too shabby. Here's the pitch. But it's going to be a ground ball to second. Harris can go to Judge, but runners move up, second and third. And now here's high. The intentional walk is issued. They'd rather pitch to Johnston. You want to pitch to a guy who's 2 for 4, has got a homer. Okay, let's see if we can make him pay for it. Nope. Fly ball to right, and the inning is over. Let's see what we can bring up here. Let's first see it. We got left. So let's take a look at Ruther, who was 3.91. Henry, 5.67. Wilson, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring in Ruther. The new pitcher will be Dutch Ruther. In 1924, 8 wins, 13 losses, a 3.91 ERA. Let's let him take a shot. Sam Rice starts off with a base hit. So the tying run is already on first. And Goose Goslin is the batter. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. He can't get the lead. Let's see if he can make a play. That's a ground ball to Ruther, and he makes the play. He'll only be able to get the runner at first as Rice moves to second. So the tying run in scoring position, and Joe Judge is the batter. And do I pitch to him or I bring up Rule? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to intentionally walk him. Yes, I'm going to put the winning run on base and pitch to Rule. And see, the hit and run is on. That's a fly ball to left. Wheat is going to make the catch. So the hit and run does not work. Now the batter is Peckinpah. So can Dutch Ruther get the save? Yes, he can. It's a ground ball to Stock. He throws it over all the way to Fournier at first, and the ball game is over, and the Brooklyn Robins beat the Washington Senators in this matchup. How about that, everyone? Not a bad game at all between two pitchers who won the Triple Crown. Not too bad at all. Let's have a look at the box score. As the 1924 Brooklyn Robins beat the 1924 Washington Senators 3-2. Let's see. Jimmy Johnston, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. He smacked the homer. I think I'll give him the player of the game. Jack Fournier was 2 for 3 as well for the Robins. For the Senators, Joe Judge was 3 for 3 with an RBI. It was probably good that I did walk him, and then Rule was 0 for 5. Okay. Dazzy Vance gets the win. He walked 7 but struck out 5. Walter Johnson struck out 4, but he gave up the big runs is what mattered though. So Senators left 14 men on base. So basically they got on but couldn't get him in. Well, everyone, I want to thank you for watching this exciting replay. I think 1925 is up on tap, so we'll see what happens there. Until then, we'll say goodbye, everybody. Once again, it's the Robins over the Senators, 3-2. See you next time, everyone.